On many occasions when I'm teaching and I'm setting up spreadsheets, I want quite a few random numbers just for something to practice on. Or you might have a spreadsheet where you want to test your spreadsheet and the calculations, and you want to put a bunch of random numbers in. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to have a look at random numbers, and then we'll have a quick look at random text. So let's first of all start with random numbers between 0 and 1. So this includes 0 but is less than 1. So that's between 0 and any number less than 1. So it's all decimals. So we'll start off in A1. Start off by typing equals RAND for rand, open bracket and close bracket, press enter, and you've got a random decimal there between 0 and 1. But if you want that across a bunch of cells, so let's just delete that one out, highlight the cells where you want that, type it in again, rand, open and close bracket, hold your control key down and press enter, and that will put the random numbers right across that range. Now these will update every time you type something into a cell. So if I type over here and press enter, it all updates, or if I delete out of a cell and enter, it updates, or you can press the F9 key, which updates everything. Okay, so that's the random numbers between 0 and 1. What about whole numbers? So let's go over to this page here. We'll do the same, highlight the area that you want your numbers, and if you type equals rand between, so when I get to the B, I can just press the tab key that finishes typing it. You put your lowest number, so we'll put 1, comma, and then you put the highest number that you want. So let's put 200 for example, close the bracket, and because I want it across this whole range, hold your control key down and press enter, and you get random numbers. Now there is a possibility that these can be repeated. It's just random within each individual cell. Okay, now if you want both, then we have to use both of them together. So let's go to this sheet here. Again, we'll highlight the range, type equals, and we want the whole number first, so we put rand between, and we want that between, let's say, 1 and 99. Close the bracket, and then joined on to that we would like the decimal. So let's add to that. Must remember to add this, we're not concatenating it, and then add to it the rand on its own, and then press enter. Remember, if you want it across the range, hold control down, press enter, and that would put that random number in every single cell. Again, there's no guarantee that they're not the same, but when you're using the rand on its own or with this, the possibility of repeats are very, very, very low. Now, of course, if we wanted that into currency, then we would just highlight that range again, Control A, and then Shift Control $, and there we have our currency. And every time we press F9 or do something else on the spreadsheet, it changes. Okay, so what we want to do is use that technique, but to bring back random text. So on here I've got 20 different names, and I'd like to bring back 5 of those names at random. The first thing to do, somewhere next to it, we can hide these columns later, is we'll have a random column that just generates the random numbers. So equals RAND, open and close bracket, Control enter, keeps me in that same cell, and I can just double click and send that down. Remembering this will change every time we do something. So the next part is to rank these. Okay, so what we want to do is equals rank, and you don't want to use the rank on its own, you want this one here, rank EQ. and then we want where this number is ranked in all of these numbers, comma, and we want that descending, so we'll put 0. So that first number is the 16th highest. So, and we then want to copy that down. To copy it, we would have had to make sure that C2 to C21 is absoluted with the F4 key. Then we can actually copy that down, and all of these numbers are now in rank. But over here we're going to reference all of this on the left hand side, and if we added more names we would have to remember to extend the range. So what I'm going to do is turn this into a table, so Control T and enter. So we've now got a table. So if I add a name down the bottom, it automatically sends the formulas and functions down. Okay, so we now want to reference all of this over here. We type equals and we're going to use the index and match. So we've got index, and what we want returned is the name. So you highlight the names and you'll see that it puts table 3 name, so we don't have to absolute this. Then comma, the row number comes from the match, so we put match, open bracket, the lookup value is this number 1 here, comma, and where are we going to find it? Well, we're going to find it in this rank, comma, and the match type is an exact match, so we put 0. Close 2 brackets, one for the match, one for the index, press enter, and we've got our first random name. And if I send that to the bottom, we've now got 5 names, and you'll find that if you press F9, every time you press F9 you'll get 5 different names down in that list. If we add another name at the bottom, everything extends, and then that's included. And in fact you can see that one was included up the top here as I added it on. So hopefully you found that useful. We've got random numbers between 0 and 1. We've got random whole numbers. We can put them both together by adding them together. Then we've got to use the rank function so that we can rank these in order from highest to lowest. Then we are using the index and match function to return those names, and they're random names and they're not repeated. So hopefully you found that useful, and if you did, please give me the thumbs up. If you don't want to miss any future videos, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.